What the hell is that?
Did y'all hear about the meteor that flew throughout the states of Pennsylvania and Ohio and ended up crashing in the lake in Ohio and making a huge impact and a sonic boom? But people are saying this is not a meteor or a meteorite. But for some reason, when it made an impact, it made a sonic boom. But I'm about to show y'all what the lake looked like. Look at it.
Check this out, family. Look at this. Damn, that ugly. Look just like some of you niggas' baby mamas right now.
Way too large and fast to be anything we know of. As it flies by, it even knocks snow off the nearby streetlight, showing us that something really was there.
Oh shit! Take that mother!
Conspiracy claims that in the 1800s, an ancestor of the Kardashians sold her soul to 4 witches. The story goes like this.
Holy shit. That's the thing people were seeing in Mantua.
Sounds to me like we need to get some new conspiracy theories, because all the old ones turned out to be true.
What's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. When you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching on TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. More shout outs coming in the next video. I ain't gonna hold you though. Y'all know what it is. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
What is that? Do y'all want to hear a really scary non-fiction story? Because that might...
Oh shit! Take that mother down, Devin! Don't let him go! Poke him in the eye!
Shout out to the homie Frisco Philly B, man.
And this is just proof that mind control is real.
This is a short-term disruption for the long-term gain.
Short-term pain for the long-term gain.
Short-term pain be for long-term gain.
We're going to have some short-term pain with long-term gain.
Short-term pain for a long-term gain.
Some short-term pain, yes, but we've got some long-term gain. Short-term spike for a long-term gain.
Some short-term pain for American consumers. We may have to deal with that in the short term. Short-term and temporary.
Temporary, short-term pain.
It's going to suck in the short term.
Some short-term pain. Short-term.
You have to understand that media is mind control. And no, this is not no conspiracy theory reach. Studies in cognitive psychology have shown that if a person hears a statement repeatedly, they are more likely to believe it's true, regardless of the actual factual basis. Your brain uses repetition as a shortcut for credibility. And I know some people are going to say, oh, well, they're the news, so of course they have a script. And to them, I say,
and make America great again.
Make America great again. Make America great again.
And we will make America great again.
The fact is, you could get people to buy into almost anything through repetition. And if you want to find out just how deep the rabbit hole goes, then check out this video on YouTube. Or you could check out this movie. Oh, and by the way, this video is for entertainment purposes only.
You know that Dayton, Ohio has a real Frankenstein castle, and a girl actually died inside of it. Let's talk about it. Here is known as Frankenstein's Castle here in Dayton, Ohio. This was built in the 1940s out of condemned buildings during the Great Depression. Now, the locals here actually call it Frankenstein's Castle because there's some crazy, creepy lore behind it. Now, it is sealed shut because back in the 1970s, a girl actually died by getting struck by lightning and then perishing, obviously, afterwards. So ever since that happened to that girl in the 1970s, they've permanently shut this down. You used to be able to climb up it, but you can't do it anymore. And a lot of locals have some pretty creepy lore around it, saying that if you come and visit this at certain times or at night, it will have people screaming inside of it. It'll appear to have little lightning strikes on the ground. It's just a totally creepy experience, I guess, to locals. So as you can see, this right here is actually where they closed up the entrance. You've got the windows up there, So I was actually able to get kind of up in here, and this is what it looks like on the inside of it. I'm gonna see if I can get it. There you go. There's the stairs that people used to be able to kind of walk up. So there you guys go. There's the Frankenstein Castle here in Dayton, Ohio, that you can come visit. I mean, it is just a tower, and obviously Frankenstein never lived here, but you know, just some local creepy lore. If you guys want to visit it, it is here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
29 more days, something that's getting ready to happen that both of these shows predicted, and you can make a back from this, and I'm about to show y'all. These two TV shows are known for predicting the future, and they just predicted the exact same thing, and it all happens on April 15th. In one episode, there's a broadcast that shows multiple countries being destroyed after world conflict, and the government announces a world rebuilding program. Now check this out, because even South Park did an episode where they showed different worlds getting destroyed because of world conflict. And they too had a broadcast talking about a global rebuilding project, but this one over here tells us World Rebuilding Trust, and the price target to $1. And I told you that down about the World Rebuilding Trust on April 15th. That's about 29 days left. And just to show you that Trump really means business, World Liberty Financial, which is Donald Trump's crypto banking system, they got a big bag of WRT over here. I showed you guys the USA document that's talking about a reconstruction finance that's about to move trillions into allocating to rebuilding worlds that were destroyed by wars. This coin came out and it started pumping, y'all. I gave you at a $1 million market cap. Do not say I didn't warn y'all, man. If y'all want to check this out, the contract address will be pinned in the comments below. This is not financial advice, y'all. I'm only showing y'all what I do. Meme coins move extremely quickly. They are volatile. Just as fast as they can go up, they can come back down. But right now, it's time to rebuild. Comment juice down in the comments below, and I'll DM you the link to the free Telegram group where I'll give real-time plays and cards, y'all. The digital wave is here. Let's catch it. Peace out.
The ODU shooter used to be a National Guard member. Then he got caught working with ISIS. Now he unalived somebody, and he was unalived. And FBI is saying this is a possible case. Possible?
ODU shooting suspect is believed to be a former Army National Guard member. Mohammed Jalla was convicted 10 years ago of attempting to provide material support to ISIS.
Jallo is suspected of killing one person and injuring two others on campus this morning. Sources say he walked into a room and asked if it was an ROTC class, and when someone answered yes, he shot the instructor.
So he walked up, asked the instructor, is this a ROTC class? He said yes, and then he opened fire on him multiple times, unaliving him. So after that, he was subdued by some ROTC members, and I'm guessing they unalived him as well. But this was definitely not random, bruh. This man had to have a vendetta or some shit.
Or just put us in a fear state.
Alright, so I want to ask y'all, who remembers a long time ago when Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake got into a fatal car crash and both of them were unalived? Do y'all remember that? And I remember it clearly. And then, like, it was all over the news. It was everywhere. Like, everywhere. MTV, it was everywhere. And then, like, a day or two later, they were saying it was a hoax. But I remember seeing footage of the car and how mangled up and mashed it was. And there were two body bags. Is that a Mandela effect, or were they switched out? This is for entertainment purposes only, by the way. None of what I'm saying is true. Who remembers that?
Nigga, shoot it! Oh, they shooting.
Crazy. She dying.
Sun, come out. Sack, bro. We need to chill. We need to Cali. We need to chill, bro. Prayers to anybody who got hit As we know, the events is starting to get jumping. It's starting to get hot again. Sun is starting to really get to coming out. Bro, just be safe out here. The clip before that, I don't remember that happening. Let me know if y'all do. I ain't from that timeline, but someone else might be. Shout out to Pineapple Vegan. Y'all go run her up, bro. That's the homie. Y'all go check her out on Tubi too. Go check her movies out. Yeah, I heard that a UFO was near and the weather changed instantly. I don't know if it's true though.
Y'all, this is part 2 of something strange is going on in the skies, and they are not saying nothing. Because why are we in a new week and I'm still hearing about flights being grounded in these different airports, y'all? Look at this, y'all. This is Miami International Airport. Check this out.
All flights are grounded in Miami Airport. All flights are grounded. We cannot leave. They said it's going to be 2 days before we can get back to Charlotte from Miami. If you're in Miami, don't come to the airport. Like,
look at that.
It's insane.
Look at the TSA line JFK, bro. Look at this. What is going on? What are they not telling us? They say there's a 12-hour layover for people who are flying Spirit in Fort Lauderdale. This person has been there for 12 hours, bro. Look. Did y'all hear about that power outage that happened in Denver International Airport? A power outage though, bro? What is happening in them skies? The meteors, bro? Look at outside Fort Lauderdale. Look at outside Fort Lauderdale International Airport. Bro, even in Puerto Rico. Even in Puerto Rico. What? They told us to watch the skies. They've been putting in these movies that these planes and these satellites are coming and falling out of the skies. And now we're having these quote-unquote meteors doing this now. The satellites have been doing this, and we've been seeing the little planes fall out of the sky now too, bro. Something is going on in the sky that they're not telling us.
I show up almost 6 hours early for my flight and still stressed about missing. No, seriously. Look at this. This video is sped up 2.6x. and it's still taking forever. Child, the TSA line was so long, it went from check-in, past baggage claim, and all the way down to passenger pickup. Like, huh? At this point, the line looks like it's about to leave the airport itself, okay? And you know the lines were long because from time to time, you had people set up in little carts passing out waters and snacks to keep us from passing out. Because some of us had been standing in line for 4 hours. Even the news showed up. I don't think anybody has ever seen anything.
Apparently, I'm finding out there are 400 plus flights canceled worldwide, bro. Did y'all hear about this? Y'all, we've been noticing the sky has been changing. We even said the clouds are a lot closer, the sun's a lot closer. Something strange is happening in the skies. See, y'all, this shift is picking up even more because planes not being able to fly, that's a really big deal. Because y'all already know that the planes use the magnetic ley lines of the earth to be able to fly and know what's going on. The shift is here, man. Let me know what you guys think about this video, man. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
And let me know if your flight got canceled.
You have no idea. Do you know what this is? You've been under a spell your entire life. You didn't even know it. This letter is proof that the world already ended. And if you can't understand it, you may not be who you think you are. You may be one of the few who are sent to change everything. It's a letter from a child, born in Turtle, an ancient name. And he writes, I remember the time before the Spirit came.
We didn't have to ask what life was. We were it. We walked barefoot and fed each other. We knew how to speak to animals, and they spoke back. Then it changed. A shadow came from the north, riding on a silver ship. It whispered into the minds of kings, and the kings forgot they were human. The spirit grew inside their temples, hijacked their gods, renamed their demons, and turned them into religions of conquest. And this spirit, let me be very clear, is not a person. A hunger that can never be full, a cold algorithm of empire. It promised salvation, but brought enslavement. It claimed to civilize, but left ruin. It conquered not just lands, but memory. When it reached Turtle, our songs disappeared. Our drums were silenced. We were taught to hate our grandparents. We were taught to erase our own faces.
This letter was an allegory, but it's very true. What happened to Turtle happened to the whole world. And the scariest part, you were born after the apocalypse, so you didn't even know that anything had ended. Comment below what you believe Turtle was. And if you want more on this, read the book called FAMS, Food, Forest, Foraging, Hunting, Anti-Fragile Modern Society. I love you all. Peace. The free audiobook is in a link at the top of the page.
Just said be safe. It's the summer. A lot of people gonna be out. A lot of people got issues. And shit gonna be hitting the fan in certain spots, bro. Be careful. Not only do we gotta worry about this WW3 shit and sleeper cells and them doing some shit on our own soil and it being us, not them. You never know. And we already gotta worry about watching our own back with other civilians who live in regular day lives like us. Dangerous world we living in today, bro. I think it's always been like that, but we able to see this shit on camera, which makes it seem more dangerous now than maybe before. Let me know your thoughts, bro.
Do you have any thoughts about the lady that the Prince of Wales should marry?
Yes. Well, I suppose, you see, it's really difficult because you've got to remember that when you marry, in my position, you're going to marry somebody who perhaps one day is going to become queen. And you've got to choose somebody very carefully, I think. And it's got to be somebody pretty special. Because if you choose somebody who isn't used to it, it can, I think, probably cause...
Oh, I wanted to hear him go further. You see him playing with his tongue?
Conspiracy claims that in the 1800s, an ancestor of the Kardashians sold her soul to 4 witches. The story goes like this. In exchange, every woman in the bloodline would be blessed with success, money, fame, beauty, power, the whole package. But the deal supposedly came with a catch. The catch is that any man who gets pulled into their orbit doesn't just face normal bad luck, he gets cursed. And that's why this theory keeps going viral, because people think they see a pattern that's too consistent to ignore. They point to headline after headline and say, look at what happens to the man. Lamar Odom goes from elite athlete to public chaos and near tragedy. Rob Kardashian goes from being in the spotlight to disappearing for long stretches and openly struggling. Scott Disick becomes successful but keeps getting linked to messy spirals and personal issues. Travis Scott reaches peak fame, then gets tied to one of the darkest public concert disasters of the modern era. Caitlyn Jenner's transition becomes a global spectacle, and people argue it came with intense backlash and isolation. And then there's Kanye, one of the most talented artists of his generation, whose public unraveling became impossible to look away from. Now, obviously, real life is complicated. Fame is pressure, cameras are poison, and people self-destruct without any magic involved. But the reason this conspiracy sticks is because it feels like the same storyline repeating with different faces. Rise, enter the Kardashian world, then the fall starts. And once you believe the pattern, every new headline looks like proof. So what do you think? Are people just forcing meaning onto messy celebrity lives? Or is the pattern genuinely weird? Tell me in the comments, and subscribe for more mysteries like this.
Selena Gomez was actually mentioned in an email by Epstein. Epstein says, sorry, you would have had fun. It says like a number, and I think it's redacted actually, A0. He decided on Selena Gomez. Now this was a month before Selena Gomez had her almost fatal surgery. Do you remember this? The theory is that she did die. I now heard this theory. No, I think so. Theory goes, Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber, they actually had a kid. And guess who the kid is? Kourtney Kardashian's son, the one that looks like Justin. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. Have you seen pictures of him? Can we see it? Yeah, I'll show you right now. See it? Look. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah. No, this is Justin. Yeah. Speculation thinks that that's actually Justin and Selena's kid. And what happened actually was because Justin and Selena had a kid together, the Illuminati wanted them to sacrifice the kid. But Selena did not want to do that. She said, sacrifice me instead. Theory was she sacrificed herself, she died. And what we see now is a clone of Selena. Oh my.
That shit going kind of deep.
Princess Diana, before she died, he said these people are actually reptilians.
Yes.
She said they're from some Gencronian star system or some crazy shit.
And
then they crash her. Yeah, then they crash her out. When a human being eats another human being, it causes brain damage. When that happens, it's like, okay, how much can you actually do that before you actually, it's to the detriment of your, yeah, exactly. So for these people to do that for this extended period of time, it's like, maybe you're not human.
The Rothschild has been around hundreds and hundreds of years. I think that they have the blood of some extraterrestrial that from the very start.
You think they're like hybrids?
Kind of, yes.
Some type of lineage or something that makes sense to where it's connected to them.
I can't talk too much about this topic. Y'all stop getting notified and unsub.
Bigfoot is terrorizing Northeast Ohio. That's what the internet's saying. Apparently there's been 6 Bigfoot sightings in the last 4 days across Portage and Trumbull County. March 6th, someone reports a 9-foot-tall all-brown Sasquatch in Mantua. March 9th, an 8-foot-tall all-black Sasquatch in Garrettsville. There's a couple face-to-face encounters they don't go into detail about. According to the Bigfoot Society, it's still going down because last night at 4 a.m., someone in Newton Falls says a 10-foot-tall, shadowy Bigfoot came crashing through their backyard. Ohio, are you okay? If you're from there or you know anything about it, let me know in the comments.
I've seen comments 50-50 split.
Here is another very scary and unexplainable doorbell camera clip. This one though may show some kind of flying creature. This one was recorded on February 1st, 2026 at 12:54 a.m. The homeowner here has multiple security cameras mounted around their house, and this strange event was caught on 2 of them. This lowers the odds of this being faked. The fact that the exact same thing was caught from 2 separate camera angles. This could almost certainly rule out any AI possibilities. But at first, the footage appears normal, showing their quiet, snowy neighborhood late this night. Then a giant dark shadow whooshes past the screen. The shadow is huge, and it moves swiftly, way too large and fast to be anything we know of. As it flies by, it even knocks snow off the nearby streetlight, showing us that something really was there. It must have been just out of the shot, and it flew right above the houses. Some say the shadow itself could have been the creature, like maybe some kind of dark, ghostly spirit. Another thing that makes this so real is the fact that the OP, Charlene Excelsior, has never posted anything like this ever on her TikTok page. As you can see here, her videos just consist of nature and animal content. No other creepy creature videos like this one. So it seems this is a real video that was picked up on her security cameras late this night. But what do you guys think it could be? The Mothman or some kind of other flying cryptid? Or maybe even a ghost itself? Or could it somehow all be explainable?
I thought like Dark Spirit, the Mentor, or Mothman.
What the hell is that? Holy shit. That's the thing people were seeing in Mantua.
It's time to run, boy. It's time to run.
Something strange is going on. Bigfoot isn't even hiding anymore. If you guys haven't noticed, over the last few days in Ohio, there have been multiple Bigfoot sightings. In just a moment, I'm going to show you one of the videos that looks pretty real. That certainly doesn't mean it is real. It could be a hoax. They all could be a hoax. But I'm seeing a pattern here. Bigfoot, supernatural, paranormal things, they're becoming more and more prevalent everywhere. I want you to watch this video. Watch it closely, zoom in, take screenshots, do whatever you need to do. And I want you to tell me in the comments, could this be a real Bigfoot? If so, is it a biological Bigfoot or something more spiritual?
I don't know, it moves kind of funny, bro.
The Ellen DeGeneres show was a ritual for celebrities, and the celebrities didn't know that it was a ritual until it happened to them on stage. Watch this clip of Sandra Bullock and Ellen DeGeneres. I'll comment on their energy throughout the whole entire conversation, but you can tell Ellen is pressing Sandra, and Sandra looks like she's caught off guard by the question and why Ellen keeps poking at her to go deeper and deeper.
Let's talk about this facial that you're obsessed with. That how many did you get the whole cast of Ocean's 8 to do
Not
this?
everybody.
Okay, and, good, smart ones.
Just those that I thought would appreciate it.
Okay, explain.
Watch her energy right here. She looks uncomfortable. She's
What it
like,
is.
oh God.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these, some of you, I think many of you know it, and it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes the
What are you pushing into the skin, Sarah? Sandra?
Ellen's taunting her right here. She's poking at her.
Sarah?
Carrie? What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person.
A young person? And then Ellen looks at her like, come on, keep going. Keep going.
Far away. And they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby.
Excuse me? Come again?
That's what it is.
Okay.
Who comes up with this?
I don't think, it's not like I'm lying there with little pieces all over my face. It's like,
who thinks of collecting it and having it for, we'll do something with this
and
someday.
why didn't we come up with that?
Right.
Yeah, and so we call it, I call it the facial. And
Did you guys hear a recent study from UC Irvine indicates that 29 to 39% of American adults believe we are living in the end times. Now, I can tell you, some people believe we may have been in the end times, during like 2012 or something, but it was never that much. And this was confirmed by people asking on Grok. Yes, 29 to 39% of Americans believe we are currently living in the end times, and nearly a third expect the world to end in their lifetime. Now, I don't know about that, but I'm also very early on in my awareness now of biblical prophecy being unfolding, etc. Now, looking around in the world today, I don't think many people would say, yes, the good guys are 100% in control. Things are going great. That's not really the case. However, look what would happen in the end times prophecy, according to Google's AI, which compiles everything put together. So there'd be a tribulation, a 7-year period of unprecedented chaos, disasters, and persecution. Is that around the corner? What's happening in the Strait of Hormuz in the Middle East right now? The Antichrist, a false leader who emerges to dominate world politics and religion, promising peace but bringing deception. That seems also to be on the cusp here, but don't ask me who he is. I don't know exactly yet. The rapture, this event, or the event where believers are taken up to be with Christ. The second coming, the physical return of Jesus Christ to earth to defeat the Antichrist at the Battle of Armageddon. And then the millennium, a 1,000-year period where Christ reigns on earth, during which Satan is bound. And then final judgment and new world. Following a final rebellion, Satan is cast into the lake of fire. A final judgment of all of humanity occurs, and a new heaven and earth are established, ending sorrow and death. I mean, didn't they used to live in the time of Adam, thousands of years, the time of Noah, rather, thousands of years old you could live, because the air was better, everything was clean, pure, there was no sin. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think we're in the end time?
This woman survived a Rothschild hunting party.
What's that? Oh,
Oh, somebody just came out talking about how when they were a child
That's
that
the
they
woman.
survived a Rothschild hunting party. What? Tell me more! Yeah, this woman came out talking about when she was a child, she was able to survive a hunting party done by the Rothschilds. She said what happened is she was taken away as a young child and she was put in a cage underground until the hunt began. They would wait till particular days and then they would let these children out of their cages and then they would tell them to go ahead and run and hide whilst the certain people surrounded the area, the perimeter, and then started their hunt. She said it was super dark when they let him out, and when she was able to run, she actually found a tree and scaled it up high enough to where she wasn't able to be seen. And she stayed there for quite some time until this supposed hunting diminished. She was then climbed down from the tree and was able to leave the premises, thus surviving the incident.
Y'all believe that? I kind of do. I kind of do.
Check this out, family. Look at this. Damn, that ugly. Look just like some of you niggas' baby mamas right now. Nah, all jokes aside, though, that shit is crazy. Y'all see this? I guess the veil is really thin. Matter of fact, gone. Out of here. 3 strikes, you're out. Look at that. Look at the scales on it. Get a good look at it. And y'all let me know in the comment how y'all feel about this one. Do y'all think this right here real or fake? Cap or not? Damn. That shit do look crazy though. I don't want to see that shit in person. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna freak out. Heart gonna fall in my ass. That's crazy shit to look at. But anyway, I'm from the grave, y'all. Shit is crazy.
Here, y'all about to find out is very deep and very interesting. Do y'all know that Tyler is not even his name? His name is really Emmett Perry, not Tyler. But stay with me, walk with me. Why his name is Tyler. This is why his name is Tyler. Tyler or Tiler is an officer in a Freemason lodge who acts as the outer guard responsible for securing the lodge entrance against unauthorized visitors. In other words, y'all, he's a gatekeeper in the business of Hollywood. He's a master mason, top notch. Look, y'all, this is real actual information. The reference include brother, a WB, worshipful brother, which is a title for a master of a lodge. Based on 2021 Facebook posts from a Masonic related page, Tyler Perry is recognized as a brother in Masonry. Because I know some of y'all like, nah, man, you lying. You conspiracy theorists. What is this? This is not made up. This ain't AI. This real. This brother is highly worshipped by a lot of black people. Y'all know I ain't playing. Even the character Medea is worshipped. A lot of politicians, actors, athletes, etc. There are sellouts that look like us. Look, y'all, even when you type is Tyler Perry and Mason, look what pops up. The first picture, you see the first picture at the top? Black and white. That's the colors that they wear.
Medea represents our grandmothers and grannies.
I caught this interesting image of Caleb McLaughlin, who plays Lucas on Stranger Things, wearing the Star of Ishtar. And I thought it was such an interesting fashion choice because the Star of Ishtar, or the Star of Inanna, is a Mesopotamian symbol of the ancient Sumerian goddess who descends into the underworld. She's also commonly associated with the planet Venus. And you might ask yourself why he might be donning this pin. Well, his love interest in the show, Mac, has a whole character arc of descending into the world of the Upside Down. Even though the way it's shown is kind of inverse because as she goes into this version of the underworld, she actually floats up rather than down. In the story of Ishtar or Inanna, she dies and returns from death, very much like Max's character flatlines and then comes back to life again through the gift of music. The star being associated with Venus becomes very interesting, and even a nod to the divine feminine, because even Caleb is a Libra himself, ruled by the planet Venus. Sadie Sink, who plays Max, is an Aries, ruled by the planet Mars. So it seems like this was definitely an intentional pairing to evoke these themes for the show, using the power of Mars, the planet of desire and courage, and Venus, the planet of femininity, beauty, art, romance, and love.
Just taught me something new. Just tell me something.
Earth is going through a spiritual flu right now, and a lot of us are going through it too. So many of you probably feel like, oh my God, I don't know why I feel like this, baby. It's because the earth is vibrating higher and we are vibrating with it as well. Okay, here's the thing. A lot of people feel like CERN machine is the reason why the weather has been all crazy. One day it's hot, one day it's cold. No, it is because Mother Earth is having flu symptoms right now. And like I said, we have those too. So a lot of us probably feel right now like you are very weak, you are very fatigued, because I've been sleeping like a newborn baby. Do you hear me? Right? That it's not the real flu. Okay, a lot of us have a lot of sinus headaches, right? A lot of pressure behind the eye, that pulsing, pounding headache at the crown of your head, the ear ringing, the throat chakra itchy, and all that good stuff, right? Y'all, it's not the actual flu. It is a spiritual flu. At least that's the name that I'm giving it, okay? Like I said before, y'all, we are going through a split from the 3D to the 5D realm, right? We are going through this big transformation, this major transition. And as the earth is vibrating higher, we as humans, or spiritual beings, we are vibrating at a higher frequency as well. So right now, our body is going through rewiring, right? It's purging, it's detoxing, it's doing all types of funky shit. And I ain't even gonna lie to you, baby. It's a little bit too much for the girl to handle, but chosen ones, this is it.
I know there is a lot going on. Too much, to be honest with you. But this is a story that should be going under nobody's radar, because something is happening here in the United States. Because when one person goes missing hiking, that's a coincidence. When two people go missing and they're connected and you find out that they have top government clearance, that's when Detective LJ is on the case. Everybody meet Monica Reza. She ain't new to this, she true to this. She loves a good hike. She be moving, grooving, vibing, sliding with her people. But on June 22nd, she went with two of her friends. One friend got tired. He's like, I'm going back to the car, son. The other friend was up ahead. He said about 60 feet. He turned around and went around the ridge. When he looked back, Monica was gone. Poof, disappeared in the thin air. He calling out. He trying to say shit. Nothing's going on. They're like, he get back to the car. Did Monica get here? He's like, no. Search and rescue goes out. She is nowhere to be found. I'm talking about thin air. And people be like, oh, mountain lions said no screams, no sign, no trace. And so obviously at the first it's just a sad missing person story. But then you find out not only did Monica work at NASA, she worked with propulsion systems. You find out everything she was working on was overseen by William. And if you don't know about William McCaslin, let me catch you up real quick. A couple days ago, he's reported missing. Now, his background, top security clearance, top general, anything to do with UFOs, nuclear weapons, propulsion systems, went through William. Now, what happened to William? We still don't know. His wife comes home. She's like, well, William's glasses are here. His phone is here. But the revolver's gone. His wallet's gone. And he took his boots. Anybody, including myself, that has contacts, you know, you're not leaving without your eyes. You can try to do some shit. But one thing you're not leaving without is being able to see. Now, weirdly enough, both of them were reported missing on very significant, interesting days. I went missing the day we carried out Operation Midnight Hammer. Again, a Nick with his egregious naming, I might add. You don't know what the f is going on. But I know it's not normal for two avid hikers to one disappear with no noise within 60 feet of her friend, and another one to leave his crib without his eyes and without his phone. And all of a sudden, UFO files are coming out. People from the past are saying, oh yeah, we were gonna, start shooting nuclear weapons, and then the UFO came through and cooked that shit. We was done. I feel like all eyes should be looking for these two and what happened. Because you don't just poof. That's not a thing. Somehow it is recently though. All I'm gonna say is the government does not let people that know a lot of shit just go missing. They be keeping an eye on them.
See black eyes like Blueface and like that. He got beat up, but he didn't get beat up where you thought he got beat up. He got beat up somewhere else. Okay? And so the eyes come out, and they call them panda eyes. And they do this so you see people with these cigars, and they're all these big celebrities, they all have the cigar in common. That's that big ass thing between their legs that they're sticking in. And it's one big society of it. Now, when it comes down to the selling of they're shipping and people, adults, the moms, the dads, right there on Target commercials, right there on Walmart commercials, and you're looking at the people that are missing, and they're smiling like they're happy, but they're going back to hell, and that's really what it is. These
are actually adults. Jeffrey Epstein created this saga, and this is what he is great at doing. He's great at someone, turning them into putting them in a dead celebrity's body and screwing the life out of them after he makes a ton of money off of their ass on his private little beach. So you have a private little beach full of celebrities and bodies getting screwed, and nobody cares because they're supposed to be dead. And this has been a major market that he tried to blame on Oprah Winfrey. So, yeah.
Yeah, remember that clip?
Did y'all hear about the meteor that flew throughout the states of Pennsylvania and Ohio and ended up crashing in the lake in Ohio and making a huge impact and a sonic boom? But people are saying this is not a meteor or a meteorite. But for some reason, when it made an impact, it made a sonic boom. But I'm about to show y'all what the lake looked like. Look at it. Everywhere. Then so apparently this is the lake that the meteor fell into, y'all. But am I missing something? Do y'all see anything? I don't see no damage or nothing like that.
Okay, so now meteors just falling in the damn lake. Loud.
So people are saying that the noise was extremely loud. It was like a sonic boom, but there's no damages that were done. Listen to this. Y'all heard that? Y'all, I think this is only the beginning of more of these things to come. Remember, God said that he would destroy the world by fire this time around. And it looks like it's coming through, man. I don't know what these are, but I don't think these are meteors or meteorite, bro. These are something else. You guys know everything has been changed to confuse us even further, bro. So, bro, but this right here, man, the shift is here. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get it, man. Peace in.
Don't get lost in the sauce. Remember, this is a holographic matrix. And remember, they could do that Project Blue, that bullshit. So what if that was that too? I'm just saying, question it. Don't jump into that fear state.
Guys, there's a bunch of shit going on in Vermont right now, but you're not seeing it on your For You page because they're hiding it from you. But it's the same kind of stuff that was going on in the Twin Cities. So you should probably search Vermont right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that.
Jamie Foxx just exposed the fact that they really tried to clone him in this video. The thing about it, he sprinkled some truth in it, and then he also sprinkled some trolling in it. People can be like, he just trolling. Fool, he was not trolling. The white part, maybe he was exaggerating it, but fool, he's telling the truth. Especially the part when he said he was in good health. So he don't understand how he had that stroke. Y'all, listen to this video.
And so I snuck my phone to see what people were saying. I've just been in this hospital, and I couldn't get my mind around that I had a stroke. I'm in perfect shape. The clone shit threw me. Yes. When they said I was a clone, that made me flip in the hospital. That's it. These motherfuckers tried to clone me. I didn't have a stroke. So I'm sitting in the hospital bed like these, and then I saw me walking to my room. But I'm white, so I see the white me. But he had a Caesar too, just not like all that white me. And I'm like, and I'm trying to get their attention.
And then y'all seen the other buddy face. He like, damn, I don't think we should be talking about this. But like I said, Jamie Foxx is serious, y'all. Why would he wake up from the hospital bed and think, damn, I'm in perfect good health. How the hell I had a stroke? And then they're trying to clone me because he said he's seen it. He must know they really be doing shit like that.
Sounds to me like we need to get some new conspiracy theories because all the old ones turned out to be true.
Facts matter, Senator.
Yeah. Conspiracy theorists are up something like 37-0.
Oh.
Senator Kennedy for the win.
The sad thing about that though is even in our community, we have the people who still everything they say is correct and anything anybody else says is wrong. And even if somebody make them question, they still close-minded to where it's not what they thought, so it doesn't matter. Or they only want to just be right. And when they right, they want to throw insults to make themselves feel better. Them is the fake ass woke people, the fake ass enlightened people, in my opinion. That's why I always say, either I'm right or you're right. It don't matter as long as the truth come out, because I'm in it for the truth. I'm not in it for me to be right. That's a selfish way of thinking. That's a selfish perspective to have, in my opinion. But again, as a community, we winning right now. Again, I said that as long as the truth come out. I've been saying that since day one. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, bro. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. We ain't losing because we already. If you can see it, you can see it. Even if you can see it and you don't choose to, that's your life, not mine. That's yours. So let me know y'all thoughts, man. We winning though. We winning.
Hold on a minute. So you're trying to tell me that back in 1870 in New York, they had an underground railway system that looked like it was straight from the future. So this is genuine. This is called the Underground Pneumatic Railway, that were literally capsules moving through giant tubes using air pressure, right? Passengers would literally sit inside these little capsules and be blown through tunnels beneath the city. You can literally find the original diagrams in the Scientific American from 1870 showing, you know, the whole system running beneath the Broadway. Massive tunnels, industrial machinery, air-powered transport systems, all supposedly built in a time where they were using hammer and chisel and basic technology. I mean, honestly, when you start digging into these, you know, old maps and old photographs and all the old architecture around the world, you begin to notice something very interesting, right? Entire cities filled with massive stone buildings and underground tunnels and an advanced infrastructure that seems far beyond what we were told existed at that time. Now, you know, some researchers believe that this points straight towards a forgotten civilization, often referred to as Tartaria, you know, a civilization that may have, you know, had technologies and infrastructures that we barely understand today. And you know, if that's true, then maybe these underground pneumatic tunnels weren't just strange experiments at all. Maybe they were just simply the remnants of a system that already existed, you know, rediscovered and then briefly reused before completely disappearing again. And you know, when you start uncovering all these pieces of history, it makes you realize one thing. This sort of past that we've been told might be far more mysterious than we could ever imagine. But as always, this was just for entertainment, and I'm as fictional as a dinosaur, baby.
You know that's Tartarian technology. You know it.
One of the most dramatic things that happened, there are two of the scientists. These are PhD level people. They walk around the middle homestead, and two guys are up on Skinwalker Ridge looking down. They've got infrared equipment watching. And one of them with the infrared sees what looks like a dirty snowball of light just hovering a couple of feet off the ground. And he walkie-talkies these guys down there. Hey, do you see it? Yeah, we see it. It's kind of vague. Then he says, hey, something's happening. It's changing.
Our guys are on a ridge line looking down, and you see a light appear above the ground, expand.
This ball of light was stretching out. It became a tunnel of light. Into this tunnel comes a humanoid figure.
Some kind of monster reach up, pull his shoulders, and come out.
7 or 8 feet tall, black, featureless. When it gets out, the tunnel collapses into a ball again. It was almost as if it was a dimensional tunnel, but it was coming from some other reality.
He's saying the English language is occultic. I'm gonna just let him cook, play the video.
Your English language is occultic, okay? It comes from Anglo-Saxon, right? English is what it's called, English. Anglo is angelo, Saxon is sexon, it's sect, okay? It means angel sex. It's from the fallen angels that had sex with the women. This is literally where this stems from. And so it's an occultic language. All the old books of witchcraft they have English words in them. Like the English is it's witch tongue is what it's called. Okay, so like when you start digging into stuff, you'll be like, okay, this is really weird. Why is it saying these things in here? These things in here that are all English related, bro. Why is it called spelling in our language?
They're all casting spells, right?
It is a spell casting language, bro. It's called, do you know where the word, grammar comes from?
No.
Etymology of grammar. Google it, somebody. Etymology of grammar. It literally says witchcraft, incantations, mumbo jumbo, spells. So like when you study what the etymology of words, your whole perspective starts to shift. Like grammar is from grimoire. Grimoire is the old books of witchcraft. That's what grimoire is. That's where we get the word grammar. Okay, that's why it's called the Grammys. When people get awards at the Grammys, bro, it's witchcraft. They're rewarding you for witchcraft. Like that's why it's called that. Okay, program. Pro means for. Gram means witchcraft. Programming you. Programmer. It's programmoire. It's pro witchcraft. It's for witchcraft. Like everything that you're watching, I mean, like the television, they're telling you lying visions, tell lie visions, okay? And it's the channel. In witchcraft, it's called channeling. It's the media, okay? The media that you watch is called the medium, is the witch. When you go talk to a medium, the medium's the in-between, you and the bigs and the littles. You're the little, the bigs are the gods, the Thor and all of them, okay? And then the medium is the in-between. That's the person that goes between the gods and you. That's mediumship. That's why it's called the media.
Wow.
So, dude, when you see it like that, it's like, dude, the whole thing is occultic. It's all a bunch of witchcraft, but we're so naive to it. I mean, Hollywood is the wood that wizards and witches craft their wands and staves out of. They craft it out of Hollywood. It's not like they're telling you what it is. Okay, they're telling you straight up. It's like, but we naively see these things and then brush it off and don't think that, oh, that's whatever. We don't think that's weird.
The weekends, days, you're in a daze. Like, this is why we don't say. That's why I typically shoot early in the AM. So when I say Grand Rising, I'm saying Grand Rising because it's early in the rising. It's early in the day. If I say good morning, that means I don't mourn. You only mourn when you go when you go to a funeral. So why am I using my language in that way? That's why when I see comments, sometimes people are like, why do we say Grand Rising instead of good morning? That's why I say Grand Rising. And when some people ask, why do I say Smooth 7 instead of saying having a good week? Because you're not weak, bro. You're strong. So why am I speaking that to you? See what I mean? I got enough respect for anybody watching and enough love for everybody watching that I don't want to project that negative shit on you. I don't want to speak those words to you. You get what I mean? Let me know y'all thoughts, bro. I just had to break that down because I've seen comments asking why I say Smooth 7 or Grand Rising. Let me know y'all thoughts.
The firmament is talked about in the Enuma Elish and the 7 tablets of creation. It's a ancient text. It goes back 7,000 years, but it's even older than that because it's a copy of more ancient copies. And they talk about a planet in there and the formation of our solar system. And the planet is called Tiamat. Tiamat was a planet 46 times larger than Earth. A water-bearing planet with land and life. Another object which came in through the solar system, and science has now confirmed this. NASA confirmed it. Uranus and Saturn switched places gravitationally because something came through and pulled them, and then Uranus turned on its side. So its equator goes like this instead of like this.
Wow.
It tilted it over, gravitationally pulled it over. So it happened in real life, and the Enuma Elish says the same thing. And when this happened, this object had satellites, meaning it had moons or planets orbiting it, and one of them crashed into Tiamat, and Tiamat exploded. When it exploded, a huge chunk swung away with water, land, and organic material. It recoalesced as the Earth. First we had Mercury, Venus, and Tiamat. No Earth. When this happened, Earth swung into place, became the third planet. The remnants of Tiamat became the asteroid belt and the inner Oort cloud. So around the exterior of our solar system, there's this cloud of stones, right? Debris. There's an outer Oort cloud and an inner Oort cloud. The inner Oort cloud is where a lot of the debris got captured from the exploding Tiamat. It's just floating out there, way out in deep space, way far beyond the orbit of Pluto. The rest of it became the asteroid belt. Whatever stayed local became the asteroid belt. Because if we take all the asteroid belt and put it back together, you can't get a planet that big. But if you take the inner Oort cloud material and put it together, you have the planet. It's there. It can be calculated. In the text, it says that the firmament was separated and the waters were divided from the waters. The same text that made it into the biblical text. And so they paralleled this story into this text. But it's talking about this division and destruction of a planet, and one planet pulling away, the waters separated from the waters, and creating this firmament, which is our atmosphere, as this planet recoalesced and became the Earth.
Y'all think everything was planned? What y'all think?
Look, Mummy, there's a snowplane up in the sky.
Do y'all think we'll ever get them to stop putting that bullshit in the sky and spraying it? Do y'all think it'll ever stop? Let me know. I also feel like that's why times feel like it's different. Why the environment feels like it's different. Because when we used to go outside before they started that shit, we didn't have that in the environment. Now, this shit, that has an effect on the environment and shit like that too. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's a reach on my end. But also, remember when I said we got hit with fog? It was right before Christmas. Bro, we didn't see the sun for like 14 of them cycles. The daily cycles. Man, I feel like they chemtrailed before that happened. And they did it with something different. I don't know. That was something different, bro. We had never seen no shit like that before. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts, bro. Let me know y'all thoughts. Do y'all think we'll ever be able to get them to stop?
I thought of a crazy conspiracy theory last night. Stay with me. A friend of mine is pregnant. She's in her 3rd trimester, I think today or yesterday. And she's going the midwife route, right? Wants to have a natural birth. Doesn't want to do the hospital thing unless it's absolutely necessary. And I saw a TikTok today. I don't know if she sent it to me or somebody reposted it or how I saw it. But it was that someone was like, oh, you're going to do a natural birth. That's so dangerous. Aren't you scared? Aren't you worried? And she went on to say, like, women are designed to give birth, right? Before we had hospitals, women were giving birth naturally with midwives, with doulas. No medicine. Were there things that happened? Absolutely. 100%. But we've been doing this for thousands of years. And is it possible that because women who give birth naturally say that they feel something that connects them to the universe and helps them understand the world around them better, do you think it's possible that they want to medicate us during that process so that we can't tap into it and realize how powerful we are? I know this is going to sound really crazy. It probably does sound really crazy, but if we're biologically designed to handle childbirth and it connects you, you literally, I need you guys to understand what it's not just, you're literally taking a seed and an egg and creating life and bringing something into the physical world. That's the most beautiful thing ever. I can't think of anything more beautiful than being able to create life and bring it into the physical world through your own body. And they want to numb us during the entire process and then take our babies from us and then wash them and do all the things and then give them back. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. And anyway.
Yeah, I feel like I'm all for the natural.
Imagine while we was all in lockdown, there was something else going on.
Hey everybody. I decided to do what everybody's doing, which is walk outside instead of just being inside. I, like everybody, am feeling stir crazy and anxious and wondering what's gonna happen and how long this is gonna last. So I just wanted to say, stay safe, pay attention to what they're telling us to do, and this will pass much faster if we all listen to what our smart people are telling us to do. And I mean the smart people. Goodbye. And I mean the smart people.
Posted a joke about a conspiracy theory that now 2.5 million people have seen, and I wanted to find out more to understand why everybody reacted the way they did. So I have spent the weekend researching Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. Not a sentence I ever expected to say. Here's what I found. Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber dated from 2010 on and off until 2018. Bieber would describe Gomez as the love of his life, so much so that he got a tattoo of her as an angel in 2013 that was allegedly inspired by one of her photo shoots. Kids, I cannot recommend enough, do not get a tattoo of a relationship that you're in. While at the time this didn't seem like a big deal, this would be pointed to much later as foreshadowing because of Gomez being portrayed as an angel. During their on-again, off-again relationship, Bieber would actually be allegedly tied to Kourtney Kardashian. Those rumors would circulate in 2015, but in 2014, Kardashian gave birth to her son, Rain Disick. Unlike her first son, she did not film and make publicly accessible the birth of this child, which spurred on a lot of rumors. One of the rumors is that Bieber and Kardashian actually had the child together, not Scott Disick. A lot of people point to pictures of Bieber and Rain being very similar to saying that Bieber is the father of the child. The other theory is Rain is actually the child of Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber, and that they gave up the child to the Kardashians to save them from a PDF ring. Now, there's no evidence, hospital records, anything to corroborate this, so I am not entirely sure, but there have never been any issues with who the father of a child is in the Kardashian family, so I'm sure it's fine. Things would get rough for Gomez in 2017, as on June 19th, she would have kidney replacement surgery due to lupus. The donor was her best friend, Francia Reza. Gomez was so thankful for this potentially life-saving surgery that allegedly the two never speak, and Reza wasn't even invited to Gomez's wedding to Benny Blanco. The theory is that Reza would soon see a change in Gomez that would cause the distance. The next month, in July of 2017, there may have been an email from that Jeffrey saying that he has decided on Selena Gomez. If this is real, because this is an alleged screenshot of an email, if real, there's no way that spelling wasn't deliberate. I can't spell my favorite word without it auto-correcting to duck, so there's no way that spell check would allow this to get through. If true, that would help explain why this isn't the Selena that Justin fell in love with, or that Reza became best friends with. At this time, Gomez wasn't out in public despite just releasing new music, and in September she would announce that she had the surgery. Also in September, a young woman named Kanika Jenkins would be found unalived in a hotel freezer with alcohol and medication she didn't need in her system. The theory is that this woman was unalived because the new Selena needed organs. There are a couple of theories about the new Selena. One is that actress Gina Davis has assumed the body or that of a clone of Gomez due to facial features and mannerism similarities. Another theory is that a demon has assumed the body or the clone of Gomez because demons. While there is a clear difference in the appearance of Gomez between 2017 and now, she would explain it due to lupus medication and the fact that she has had Botox. There are some folks that will also point to her height because Bieber and Blanco are both listed as 5'9", but Bieber appears taller than Gomez and Gomez appears taller than Benny Blanco. While all this is going on, Bieber would end up marrying Hailey Baldwin. Normal love story, right? Of course not. Bieber would meet Baldwin when he was 15 and she was 13. From there, Baldwin would coincidentally end up at a whole bunch of concerts, events, and even some dates that Bieber was on. The story goes, Baldwin's father, Steven, actually purchased Bieber from Diddy for his daughter because she was such a huge fan. People are saying that Hailey is Justin's owner or handler, which is why he appears unhappy in videos with her, but it could just be that they're celebrities always in pictures and he won't always seem happy, and I'm sure that no married man has ever appeared unhappy with his wife. A lot of people are also pointing to art imitating life because in the reboot of Wizards of Waverly Place, Gomez's character sacrifices herself for her daughter, and in American Horror Story Delicate, Kim Kardashian plays an evil character who uses human blood and dark magic to secure success for her client. A lot of people will point to Justin's song Ghost, where he sings the lyrics, "I know you crossed a bridge that I can't follow, and if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you," along with his extremely emotional performance of the song at the VMAs as a sign that he knows the real Gomez is gone. Could also just be that he's really sad they broke up and is using metaphor. Is Justin Bieber just a child star who's been through a lot, got a tattoo of his ex, sang about her, and isn't always happy on camera? Or did he potentially father a child that was stolen from him, get sold to his now handler, and realize that his true love was taken prematurely from the world? Are the Kardashians in possession of a stolen child, or are they just famous for being famous and always surrounded by controversy? Is Selena Gomez truly gone after losing her child and her life that is now run by either Gina Davis or a demon? Or is she just somebody that's been through an extreme medical condition, taken a lot of medication, had Botox, and aged more extremely than a lot of celebrities? You be the judge.
Jeremy be funny. Y'all gonna run him up. I appreciate his work. That's the first time I'm ever seeing what he's doing, but I gotta give him his flowers. He connected all the dots. We took bits and pieces of that all through this channel, and he connected all of it. I knew he was going with that Kanika Jenkins way, though. I knew it was coming. I hope he wasn't going to say it, but he said it. Rest in peace to Kanika Jenkins and Zach TV. That's another rabbit hole for itself. I don't know if we're going to take that one, though.
No, you're onto something when you record the video, and then TikTok just deletes part of it when you press to check. Okay, I'm going to say what I just said all over again.
So that's what sparked this entire rabbit hole that I'm going to go down. This is going to get crazy, bro. So I'm looking into how Jim Carrey got replaced and trying to figure out who's playing his part and all that stuff, right? While I'm doing this research, sorry if I talk fast, this is just, you just gotta keep up. While I was doing this research, I saw that someone said to look into the music video by The Weeknd called Out of Time. I watched the music video by The Weeknd called Out of Time, and in the video, at the end of the video, Jim Carrey starts narrating, saying you're out of time, and you go into a hospital room, and Jim Carrey puts a mask over The Weeknd's face, surgically puts a mask over The Weeknd's face. Okay, Jim Carrey was all over this album. You have to listen to the album, and he's basically saying goodbye to the world and saying that heaven isn't this, heaven isn't that, it's this, and it's a mental state. And he's talking about enlightenment, and he's just, you can tell it's called Phantom Regret. He has so many parts in the album. He puts them throughout the album. Okay, listen to the album. It has a lot in there. Also, while I was doing research on the whole Jim Carrey thing too, they talk about Stephen Baldwin. So I watched Stephen Baldwin's video. This man talks in riddles and codes. He does not say anything direct, and you don't know what he's talking about. He literally looks like he stinks. He's weird as fuck. He looks evil, bro. You can see it in his face. You can see the evilness in his face. When I first saw him, I was like, damn, he looked like the stepdad in Cat in the Hat. Like, he looked like the guy who's playing the stepdad in Cat in the Hat. Come to find out, that's his brother who played that part. So he's not far from it. But anyways, he made a video talking about Jim Carrey and how Jim Carrey can't talk about what's really going on in the industry because he tried once and he's not in a position of power to do so, and only Stephen Baldwin, he said that Stephen Baldwin said, I have higher power and I can do something like that. He's in the Illuminati, but he's obviously telling y'all that. He pointed to his hat, which had a picture of a bull, and he said, mess with the horns, you get the bull, meaning mess with the devil, you're gonna get this evil bullshit that they're putting out. This is the video that Stephen Baldwin put out very recently talking about Jim Carrey. Whew. He also put out a video on his page of Jim Carrey's speech, and he said, I miss Jim in the caption. All right, y'all. So I looked into the brothers of Stephen Baldwin's family, his brothers, since he looked like the guy in the Cat in the Hat, and I found out he was his brother, the guy who played in the Cat in the Hat. He also was in a movie with Jim Carrey, Having Fun with Dick and Jane. He was in that movie with Jim Carrey, so they obviously had connections with Jim Carrey. Also, one of his brothers is the same height as Jim Carrey, I'm pretty sure, because he's 6'2", and one of his brothers is 6'2". So either one of his brothers probably played the part, or I think Stephen Baldwin played the part. He could have came up with the extra inches in some shoes, or it's not that hard they're not far apart in height. And I also feel like Stephen Baldwin, the way he's so sarcastic and speaks in codes and shit, I feel like he, or maybe his brothers, maybe they're all alike, but I definitely feel like one of them played the part of Jim Carrey, because of the way that he talks in riddles and the way that the fake Jim Carrey said, I'm dead, and said, I've been practicing my lines for so long, and saying that the funny face that he's wearing is a mask. Like, Stephen Baldwin has enough, he can come up with stuff like that. Okay. Stephen Baldwin, this is the part where it's gonna get crazy, all right? The Weeknd I looked up who is friends with The Weeknd. The only people that were friends with The Weeknd was Drake a long time ago, and they weren't even really friends. They just made music together, and apparently they really were never friends, because The Weeknd started this whole beef with Kendrick Lamar, Future, and versus Drake. The whole Not Like Us shit started with The Weeknd, but that's another story for another day. I looked up who is friends with The Weeknd on Google, and it literally just said Jim Carrey. When they come to the same numbers, it's a code in the Illuminati that these two things mean the same thing. So basically A equals 1 and Z equals 26. Sometimes they do it in reverse, where A equals 26 and Z equals 1. To put it into simple terms, if you hear someone talking about gematria, it's literally adding the letters, coming up with a number, and if the numbers match in the Illuminati, they probably have something to do with each other. They said that the gematria match with Jim Carrey and Justin Bieber. They have a lot alike, actually, if you look into it. It's very strange. But in the video, they said that I know you guys think that The Weeknd is playing, that Justin Bieber is playing The Weeknd, but he's really Jim Carrey. I've never heard that shit in my life. I was like, what the f? People think The Weeknd is Justin Bieber. I'm like, what, bro? But I'm not gonna lie, like, looking at The Weeknd, he looks like a not real person. Like, he actually looks like he's not real. He looks like his skin is spray tanned and his hair is fake. I'm just using my discernment and being so, like, transparent with y'all. Ever since I ever saw him, he just looks like a doll, like a plastic doll, like something that's not real. Also, you'll never see The Weeknd with his shirt off. Google it. You will never see The Weeknd with his shirt off. He put out his album without showing his face. He didn't show his face for a long time. This is not how people act when they come from nowhere. He also, where did he come from? He put out one album and went famous. And he was famous and was working with Drake like a year later. It was not he worked hard his whole life. He dropped out of high school, was working at American Apparel, this is his story, right? I'm sorry if I'm talking fast, but I have to get this all out.
If you're from Pasco County, Florida, don't scroll, because it's going to get interesting. Now, recently I made some videos about Pasco County, Florida, seeing some winged humanoid creature flying around, and the comments, well, they confirmed it. You all saw a lot of things throughout the years that are very unusual in Pasco County. Actually, even like other counties too. In Polk County, Hillsborough County, you're coming up next, so hold tight, okay? So I started doing some more diving into the interesting world of Pasco County, Florida. Some of the comments led me there, okay? And let's talk about Green Swamp, okay, in Pasco County. Now, Green Swamp, I guess, is kind of like in the Zephyr Hills area, and that's where a lot of the sightings, like 30198, where people saw the Mothman type humanoid winged creature. But evidently this area is not a stranger to the bizarre. Not to mention there's been some dark things to happen in that area. And well, let's just be real, a lot of these kind of cryptid creatures that people see tend to migrate in these darker areas where there may have been tragedy or darker things happen. So evidently in this Green Swamp area, there are different things that people have seen throughout the years, including the skunk ape, which is like related to Bigfoot, but they call it the skunk ape because it's here in Florida. Like, have you ever seen that? Like, and the thing is, it's like, it's not one person saying they've seen this. It's numerous accounts of seeing this. And then you also have the six-legged wampus cat, or like predator type thing that could be like half feline, half dog kind of creature. Okay. Moss Man. Supposedly, the legend on that is like the MacDill Air Force Base pilot had crashed into the swamp area, and like the legend is like his body was like never recovered, and you know, turn into this entity that was covered in like Spanish moss and stuff. And when you see him, he has like these red eyes and stuff. It's pretty wild. But then there's the swamp witch, right? So evidently the story goes, so people say they see the swamp witch, like you can still feel her presence in the Green Swamp area. So her story is that she was Maribel Swinton. And she was a healer. She was pretty much like a midwife healer. She used to like herbal remedies, and she was trying to help her child out. Her child passed away. They called her a witch because we know, like back in 1800, you know, we saw that happen before. Fearing her influence, locals accused Maribel of witchcraft, and an angry mob stormed her cabin deep into the swamp. Some say she escaped into the waterlogged forest, vanishing without a trace. Others claim she was dealt with, though no one ever found her body, and that's where the real story began. People say they hear mysterious whispers, there's footprints through the mud that vanish into thin air, and some of the locals say that if you hear laughter, you should turn back immediately because it means she's already seen you. Paranormal investigators have attempted to capture EVPs in the area, some claiming to hear faint cries or distant laughter on the recordings. To this day, locals leave offerings at certain spots in the swamp, usually at the base of old cypress trees. These offerings range from shiny coins to small dolls, flowers, or hand-carved trinkets. Why? Because they believe the swamp witch demands respect. Some claim that those who fail to honor her may find themselves lost in the swamp, endlessly wandering the same trail no matter which direction they walk. But then there's this, right? So this guy named Carl Tanzler. Now, I was told this story from one of the comments, and I tried to find your comment again to find your name, but thank you for telling me this because it's very interesting. So Carl Tanzler is a German-born radiology technician, okay? And he fell in love with this young patient named Elena de Hoyos in Key West, Florida, in the 1930s. But then she passed away from tuberculosis. So Tanzler kind of like fell in love with her, and he exhumed her body from a mausoleum in 1933 and lived with her corpse in his home for 7 years, attempting to preserve her remains with wire, wax, plaster, and glass eyes. Now, Tanzler claimed to have been visited by an ancestor who told him to find his true love, which he believed was Elena. After her death, he claimed her spirit told him to remove her from the grave, and he slept with her body for 7 years. He used perfumes and chemicals to mask the smell. In 1940, the truth came out. When Elena's sister, suspicious of rumors, confronted Tanzler and found the body, which was by then like a doll, as you can see from the picture. It's crazy. Then he moved to Zephyr Hills, and he continued to live out his life there, selling postcards of Elena and stuff like that in Zephyr Hills. Is it romantic or gross? I kind of wanted to vomit hearing this story, but intrigued at the same time. But then oh, why was he called to Zephyr Hills, Florida? Do you know what I'm saying? So that Green Swamp area also has some, the Stewart Homestead murders of 1918, which loom there. The haunted ghost town. The area contains remnants of early 20th century logging communities, such as Compresco, which are rumored to be haunted. You got the indigenous tribes, Tocobaga, Tumakua, Seminole tribes, Indian burial grounds up in there. You have Hernando de Soto that had to navigate through that area as well. Now, Zephyr Hills is beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful things. I have been through there, okay? A lot of good people live out there. I'm not saying anything negative about it, but what I am saying that there are certain areas on this earth that may have certain situations going on that we can't see with our visible eye, but we hear the stories, the so-called legends. You just get a different kind of feeling when you go through these areas. It might be heavier, a little darker. And well, that might be where there might be a parallel universe or dimension looming, something there more than our eyes can see. Do you feel it out there? Let me know if you've experienced any of those stories, those folklore, those legends. Have you seen a skunk ape? Have you heard the whisper of the green swamp witch? Let me know.
But y'all know we made it to the end of this. How was today's rollout? Y'all let me know, man. Y'all know we made it to the end of this, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7, and this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you watching your TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. I love y'all, Collective. So I see everybody in the next one. Y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount.